Hello everyone, welcome to M&M Crimes. Today I'm going to be talking about the sad and devastating case of Jalayah Eason. I'm sure you guys have heard about this and people are talking about on social media everywhere at the moment. It's a sad story basically when you look at the circumstances of the little girl's life and death. So, 6-year-old Jalayah Eason was discovered unconscious in her mother's bedroom when police arrived at the address. Jalayah Eason had bruising all over her body when she arrived at the hospital on Friday. Her cause of death will be determined by an autopsy, so we're still waiting for the circumstances around her death. So, however, what we do know is, according to investigators, Jalyah had bruises and a rash on her wrist and other parts of her body. When her mother contacted 911 to report her daughter unresponsive and cold to the touch on Friday morning, she was actually detained for questioning in connection with her daughter's death. So according to the police, she had told the dispatchers that she had been attempting CPR on her daughter. However, after being transported to a hospital, Jalayah Eason was declared deceased. So she had injuries to her wrist and her torso. Basically, other parts of her body were bruised. Neighbors of the same complex who allegedly live next door have claimed that they frequently saw Lynija Eason, her mother, with her children in the playground, and they described her as nice, warm, and they occasionally saw her driving her children to school. This kind of paints an image of a mother, a loving mother, I would say, that was doing the right things. However, when authorities attended the property, they were shocked to see a filthy, dirty home strewn with rubbish everywhere. A totally different image of what the neighbors had said about her. And this is where her children were living, in all that filth. So, since Jalayah's death, her mother has been charged with endangering the welfare of a child for her other children, who have since been removed from the home. So these children are, there's one 8-year-old boy and a 3-year-old girl. So they also had injuries on their body as well. And these injuries seemed serious also. So they had signs of bruising, ligature marks indicating some type of restraints used on them. The 8-year-old boy had also told police that his mother had hit him in the past. Where we are right now, we're still waiting for the outcome of the investigation for the cause of her death. A few days prior to Jalayah's death, her mother had posted on Facebook expressing joy, thankfulness, and excitement for her new financial stability. Very good kind of upbeat post, about how well things are going for her. So it's quite shocking that a few days after this post, her daughter is found unresponsive, bruised, and comatose in her squalid Bronx flat. A very contrasting image. So witnesses reportedly heard the girl, Jalyah, pleading for her life. So I have two questions to this. So you're telling me that you're there eating your dinner, watching TV comfortably, and you can hear a little girl pleading for her life and you're doing nothing. At the very least, you'd call the police and tell them something is going on so that they can come down and get into that flat and see for themselves what's happening. Maybe that girl will still be alive today. Or you go next door and you knock on the door and find out what's going on. But however, if you don't want to do that, call the police. But we're in a society now where we kind of go ahead and mind our own business. We're talking about a child here that's, according to witnesses, was begging for her life. And lots of adults heard this and did nothing. Another question I have is, and this is something that we'll always ask ourselves, and I ask myself this when I hear this type of story coming out and it's too frequent. How can a mother do this to their own child? To any child for that matter. How can you do that to a child that you gave birth to? I get really angry and upset when I hear this type of stories. But then it kind of sometimes when I get this angry, I just feel it highlights my helplessness that I feel, that I wish I could do something, but I can't. You know, I watch it on the news. I'm on the other side of the screen watching this little girl's story, and I feel angry, upset, sad, and disappointed. You know, and I am pretty sure there were probably signs there. They were probably ignored by others around, but I can't say that. These are speculations, but I don't think she just woke up one day and if it comes out that she beat her daughter, I'm not saying that, and just woke up and that happened. It's something that would have happened over time, and there have been signs, there must have been signs that others would have seen. Anyway, it's just a topic that gets people aroused. It gets people blood pressure up. It gets people's blood pressure up. It gets conversations going, and we're going to be talking about this for a while. Let's just wait and see what the outcome is. You know, the truth, how a little girl died in her own home. Thank you for joining M&M Crimes, and I will surely keep you updated on this case. But please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.